Welcome. In this video, we're going to learn how to create customer login and registration with Laravel on backend and Vuejs on frontend. So the starting point of our video is the result of our previous video. If you haven't seen that, I will link that in the description down below. So the first thing I want to do is to go in our VS Code and open a new tab terminal and run a migration by use php artisan migrate. All right, now let's go in our browser and verify that our migration was run well. As you can see the migration in our database. All right, let's now continue by going in our project on http on kernel.php, where I'm going to comment this line, which will help us to create a secure authentication. Here we are going to use Laravel Sanctum package. All right, let's go back on roots in api.php and see the root of our middleware. Now I'm going on my terminal and create a new controller by use php artisan make controller api/auth controller. Now our controller is created. We'll go in our http on controllers on api in auth controller. All right, and create a new function called register requests variable requests. All right, on our register function, I'm going to create a validator variable validator make request or name will be required, email will also be required, password will be required, and then C password will be required and will be the same as password. All right, now I finished to create a validator. Let's continue. If validators fail, response success false and show message validator error. We will return response JSON response 400. All right, continue. Variable input variable request or variable input password bcrypt input password variable user create variable input. Let's now call our user model from app model user. All right, go back in our register function and continue by use variable success token user create token called my app explain text token variable success name variable username response success true data success message user register successfully. All right, and then return response JSON response 200. All right, this is the registrar function. Now we are going to continue by create a public function called login request variable request. If Auth attempts email, requests email, comma, password, requests password, and import an Auth facade. Okay, that removed the error. Let's continue. If this condition, the user Auth user, let's copy this all content here, come from on our register function and paste it on our login function. All right, let's now change here user by use request user. All right, let's now open our Postman application. This Postman application will help us to verify that our registrar and login function work well. All right, we'll go in my Postman and select here post and add our registrar link. All right, and go in body, add the key name and vary admin, add also the key email and vary as my email admin@gmail. Password, can make any password. For example, here I just add password, and the key C password, I just also add password. All right, let's send my request. As you can see the result, our registration was run successfully. All right, that is mean our registrar function work well. Let's now go back on my Postman, add another link which will help us to login. All right, let's now verify if our login function is work well. All right, just change here to login. And go in body, add my email and my password, send function. My authentication is failed. I was just add a bad email. Let's change my email here by use the good email and resend my request. As you can see, our login function also work well. All right, now let's just verify the user which is authenticated. You can see the current user by use this root function user, by use this link. All right, let's just use here user and send the request. Okay, and add the beer token from our registration. All right, and send the request. All right, you can see it will return our user which is login for the moment. All right, now finish to create these two functions, registration and the login function. Let's go back in my VS Code and create and add a Vuejs component. Alright, before let's go on components, create a new folder called Auth. On Auth folder, I'm going to add a login.vue file. In this file, I'm going to add templates, add div form input type email, placeholder, enter your email, add another input type password, placeholder, enter your password. Alright, finish by add an input with type submit with Dovari login. Alright, this is our login form. Let's go on my router in index.js and import login from components auth login.vue, add path login, component login. Alright, let's now go on pages on home in index.vue and add a div and add a root link which will direct us to our login page. Oh, there is a mistake. I was making a bad import. Let's just remove this mistake by change here to component login. Alright, as you can see, when you click on login, it will direct us to the login page. Alright, now I'm going to make some style to this login page. I'll go back on my VS Code in login.vue file and add just some style. Alright, Alright, I'm finished to add our style. You can use any kind of framework or style this application. Let's now continue by create script, setup, import, reactive from view, ret form, reactive, email, and then password. Alright. Let's go in template and add v model form dot email, v model form dot password. Alright. Now I'm going to add a submit dot prevent login function. Alright. And go in script and create const login async await axios dot post / API / login form, and then response console log response. Let's go back in our browser and inspect that our function we finished to create is called. Alright, you can see the success message here. We are logging successfully. Let's go back in our VS Code in login.view file in login function and add if response.data.success local storage.set items token response.data.data.token, else we are going to return an error. Let before import ref and go here add ret error ref. Alright, let's go back in our login function and add an else condition. If there is an error, we are going to return error.vary response.data.message. Alright, let's just add a class here which will show the message if there is an error. Alright, just before add this error, let's just add a style. Alright, go back in our template and add if error show error. Let's verify. Alright, if you use the information when you need to log in, it will return an error. Alright, let's now continue by import use router from view routes const routes user router. Go back in our login function. If our login is succeed, we are going to redirect to our dashboard. Alright, router.push/dashboard. Alright, let's go back on router in index.js and verify before if we was use a good path. Alright, in my router I was just use /admin/home. Let's go back login.view file and add a good path which is /admin/home. Alright, let's verify in our browser. Just add my email and my password and click to login. Alright, as you can see, I was redirected to our dashboard overview. Alright, let's now continue by add our logout function. So let's jump up in our VS Code on components on admin on home in index.view file and add a button logout. All right. On button logout, I'm going to just add a logout function, a quick logout. All right. Create script setup, const logout, local storage dot remove item. This will remove our token. All right. After remove our token, let's import use router from view router. Const router use router. All right. And go here, add router.push/. all right. Let's go now in our browser and click to logout button. You can see we was redirected to our home page. All right. Now we are going to continue. Let's go in our VS Code on a router in index.js and add router.before each to from. If to dot meta dot requires auth, it's just a meta to our admin path, which will help us if we need to go to our admin homepage. We will need to be authenticated. All right. Meta requests auth true. All right. Name admin home. And add here local storage dot get token, return name login. All right. Let's now go on root and add name login. All right. Copy this meta and add here this meta and change here to false. To go to this home page, there is no need to be authenticated. This is just I add this meta to false. To go to the login page, there is also no need to be authenticated. That is why I add this meta to false. To the not found page also, I add this meta and false. All right. As you can see, I finish to add the restriction. Let's now continue and verify on my browser. If I click to this button admin dashboard, you can see now I'm redirected to the login page. All right. And go back on my VS Code and add another condition. If to.meta.requires auth equal false and local storage get item token, return name admin home. All right. Let's make an authentication. You can see I'm redirected to our admin overview dashboard. Let's now click to our home page. Let's go in our VS Code and in a comment this line and verify and go back in our browser and just authenticate. In order to see the modification, just log in. I click and I go to my admin dashboard. When I click to the admin dashboard and click to logout, I'm redirected. All right. So now I'm finished to create our customer login and the registration with Laravel and Vuejs. So that is all about to create our customer login and registration with Laravel and Vuejs. This is the end of this video. If you have any kind of question, you can ask me in comment box. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. It motivates me to keep going. Thank you for watching.